All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Math is easy, step by step. In this part 19, I'm going to continue to go over examples, example 2 of how to use a quadratic formula. Now, a times x squared plus b times x equals c is what's called standard form in review. And a represents a real number, b represents a real number, and c represents a real number. Before you can start organizing your ABC values, this equation needs to be set equal to what? Equal to 0. It must be equal to 0 before you can label your ABC values. So I'm going to show you that here in this next step. I cannot have 10 on the right side of this equal sign. I got to turn that into a 0. What's the opposite of a plus 10? It's a minus 10. So I'm going to subtract 10 to both sides. 10 minus 10 is 0. 0 plus a negative 10 is negative 10. So now I have this equation set equal to 0. Now and only now can I start labeling my A value. A equals 2. My B value, negative 8. My C value is now a negative 10. I'm going to take each of these values, substitute them into the formula one at a time. And if I'm going too quick, pause, stop, rewind, and take a look. If it's the formula, if it's the equation, if it's setting equal to 0, just take your time, pause, take your time, and rewind as many times as you have to. Now, everywhere I see B, I'm going to substitute a value of negative 8. So minus a negative 8 plus or minus the square root of B squared. So that's a negative 8 here, minus 4 times A. And my A is worth 2. So I'm going to substitute a 2 for the A everywhere I see the A in my formula. And C equals negative 10. So I'll substitute negative 10 for C in the formula. Now I'm going to follow the order of operations and simplify. Parentheses are first in the order of operations, and a radical would be considered a parenthesis. So we're going to simplify everything inside the radical first, right? And then we're going to multiply or distribute that negative 1 with the negative 8 and 2 times 2. So moving forward, let's go ahead and do that now. I would like to show you, oh, sorry, that was an awful exchange. I'm going to make up for it here for you. So now I'm just going to start simplifying everything inside the radical. So I do have parentheses in here, but there's nothing I can do to simplify. Next are exponents. Negative 8 squared is negative 8 times negative 8. I'm going to show you that now and just rewrite and copy everything else down, right? So everything else just is copied down here. Negative 8 squared is negative 8 times negative 8. So looking in the radical, I'm going to simplify the parentheses, and then I'm going to multiply all those values that you see here. Let's go ahead and raise that up a little bit. So you can see negative 8 times negative 8 is a positive 64. Negative 4 times 2, and then that product times a negative 10. So negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Negative 8 times a negative 10 is a positive 80. 2 times 2 is 4. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what that looks like. Again, negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 10 is a positive 80. And then I have that 64 on the inside. So right here, I'm just going to show you in the next couple steps how to simplify what's inside the radical. And don't forget there is a, it looks like I don't want to skip this step. I want you to see this. Negative 1, or distributing that negative invisible 1 times that negative 8 is a positive 8. And that's why you see here, positive 8 plus or minus the radical negative 8 squared is negative 8 times negative 8. And I'm going to multiply these guys here. 2 times 2 is in the denominator's place. That's the bottom part of this fraction. Okay, so I multiplied a negative 1 times a negative 8, and that gave me the positive 8 right here. I'll be multiplying 2 times 2 to give me a 4 in the denominator's place in just a moment. But first, I like to simplify plus or minus the radical 64 plus a positive 8. That's going to give me, and now I'm including the other parts of this problem in the formula, positive 8 plus or minus, remember 2 times 2, I showed you up here, 2 times 2 is the 4. All right, now we're getting caught up. 64 plus 80 is that plus or minus radical of 144. Now, in this next step, what I'd like to do is show you the simplified version of this radical. What's 144? I know is a perfect square, 12 times 12. So I need two values of the same term to pull out just one inside the radical. And that's what I'm going to show you here. Plus or minus the square root of 144 equals 12. Two pairs of 12, I can pull out one value. That's plus or minus. Whatever's outside of this radical, you're going to multiply here. It's an invisible 1. 12 times 1 is 12. So it's a plus and minus 12. And that's what I want to show you here. And everything else gets rewritten. The plus and the minus is here. That's what I want to show you. That plus and minus stays with that value of 12. I have positive 8. I'm going to rewrite that. And it's all over the value of 4. It's all over the value of 4. So we have simplified this term here. I just pulled out a positive 12. So 8 plus or minus 12 divided by 4. As you can see here. 8 plus or minus 12 divided by 4. I don't want to rush this video, and I'm going to pick up right here where I left off in the next part, in the part 2 of using the quadratic equation. And so stay with me. Stay with me. We're going to answer this problem and then go over the test questions I introduced in part 1 in just a moment. Thank you for joining me. Math is easy. Take it step by step.